It is that time again, friends and amateur scientists. Welcome back. Welcome back to the lab. It's Boy Crazy. It's been a long time, but it's good to see you both. Nice to be with some fellow experts on
Who
hunks.
are you, though? You've got to tell these people who you are.
Well, my name's Adam Cayton-Holland.
And I'm Ben Roy.
And I'm Dr. Andrew Orvidal.
Normally, we host a podcast called Advice
You
Fight.
can just say it.
Sometimes we deviate, and we deviate for good reason because we like to appraise hunks across the universe.
Adam,
Science.
Could I interject and just
Please.
offer a little
Ben,
bit of a correction?
Please.
I think that Advice Fight is the deviation, and sometimes, once in a while, we correct course and we get back to where we should be,
To
which
the
is
important work.
to the
I
busy
agree.
work, the work that really calls our heart. You know, I like to think of it as what's that country asshole's name who sells like all the Garth Brooks. He really wanted to be Chris Gaines. And I think that was when he was really himself. And I think that that's what we're doing here. This is our Chris Gaines.
Advice Fight is the gig. Boy Crazy is the career.
Exactly.
Sasha Fierce is what Beyonce wishes she was doing.
She was all the time. She wishes she would. She wishes she dared to be that. She wants that for herself. And I wish we could be this all the time, but we get hooked on the money of Advice Fight, and that's the problem.
Well, we're here now. Let's not lament. Let's just get to the science.
Let's get back to academia.
We've got a good one. We've got the hunks of ice for you. I said that wrong. The hunks on ice.
There you
Okay.
are, Andrew.
Yeah,
Welcome
so-
back.
Hunks on ice.
You know, listen, the table was set for us. A little publication called Vogue magazine. If you can even call it fucking that, a publication.
A rag.
A rag. A fish wrap. Nothing more.
Yes,
They
it should be
had
the
the
lining bird.
A
It's
glossy
birdcage
$9
liner.
fish trap.
It's
Yeah,
a
100%.
bird cage lining for fancy people.
The
That's what it
Olympics
is.
are going on, and you know, these editors at Vogue, they're so inspired. They said, oh, let's do the hunkiest Olympians. And they crowned South Korean figure skater Cha Jun-hwan the hunkiest, sexiest person at the Olympics. I'm not saying this guy's not, you know, a piece, but the sexiest at this Olympics? I don't even think he's the sexiest male figure skater at this Olympics. And it just got me all fucking fired up.
It fired me up, Adam. And I'm going to tell you, this harkens back to when Auto Trend, the magazine, named the 1989 Toyota Corolla the car of the year, when clearly the Chevy Celebrity was the winner that year. It was the J.D. Power and Associates car of the year.
But look back now. Do you see a lot of celebrities on the road?
You
No,
don't.
You see
You
plenty
don't,
of
but you got to
Corollas.
admit that
You
was
see
his car
plenty
for
of
the time
Corollas.
and the place. And I don't think you see a lot of them because they're collector's items. And so the Chevy
You
Celebrity.
don't take that. Most of those are covered in tarps in a driveway, or
And they're in
in
your
the
nana's
garage.
yard. You're going to find one. You're going to find one.
Yep.
It's going to be worth like 60 or 70, 80 million dollars or whatever they're worth now. But I'm just saying this harkens back to a time when it reminds me of when the magazine people, when writers get into the realm of science and they start trying to make themselves seem as if they are experts when they are not. What
they're trying to do is they're trying to move issues, and I canceled my subscription to Vogue immediately when I saw this.
Oh,
so that
wow.
you just lost one reader. You just lost one reader.
Well, it was crazy. I scoured my spam folder all night. It's looking for Vogue's request to interview us, the three most preeminent individuals on planet Earth about hunks.
They're not interested in facts. They're not interested in hunk
it's
science.
A show. They're showing you what you want. And listen,
They were like, it's a slow news month. Give me a hunk from the Olympics. Somebody just slopped one out.
Yeah,
there's no due diligence.
I'm not going to say that Cha Jun-hwan is not a hunk.
Absolutely, he is a hunk. There's no denying that.
There is.
Sexiest at the Olympics? Give me a fucking break.
Perfectly hunky. But yeah, hunkiest at the Olympics? I think not. But we have a secret weapon that Vogue doesn't know about. We have Adam Cayton-Holland, figure skating nut.
That's my term. That's what they call me. The figure skating nut.
The figure skating nut.
A little background. My older sister, Anna.
Did you just lick your thumb before you did?
A little background. My older sister, Anna.
It's a power move, dude.
Was a Olympic track figure skater for many, many years. As a result, I grew up at the arena. I grew up going from competition to competition, studying the figure skaters. And as a young boy, I was overwhelmed by the female figure skaters for sure. But you don't think I had an eye on the hunks as well?
Well,
you don't think I was seeing everybody that skated? I had eyes on the pairs teams, okay?
Yeah.
I was looking at everyone. I was appraising everyone. And as a result, I just kind of have always had a fixation on male figure skaters. I really, really am intensely passionate about it because
I remember Adam, I remember one of the first times. And right after you and Katie got married, Katie pulled me aside one time. We were at a those who can't gathering. We were all hanging out. She pulled me aside. I said, "How's the wedding going? How's the marriage? How's it going, newlywed?" And she said, "Things are going great, but it's the figure skating posters on the bedroom walls that she was having trouble adjusting to, I think, because there are several up on your walls." I said, "You got to let the guy be himself." It was
whatever you need to do to take care of business in the bedroom.
Well, and you know how we worked it out. It was just a holdover from my bachelor days because I was so crude. I'm just pinning them up with tacks. And she said, "Honey, can we get them nicely framed?"
At least,
and so we did. And now it's kind of like a gallery of vintage Olympic posters. And you find the peace with your partner because she met me in the middle. And I've always appreciated that about her.
And I think that I don't think she was being critical. I think she understood that this was just part of loving you. And that's something that Andrew and I have realized for quite some time now, that part of loving you is just accepting that there's going to be a lot of photos of Olympic male figure skaters.
It's going to be a lot of male figure skaters.
So when I see a magazine like Vogue get it so fucking wrong, I get pissed off. And
I ask you, Adam?
You called us into the lab. You called us at midnight. You were like, get down to the fucking lab.
And
6 a.m.
At midnight, I'm high as fuck.
Luckily, my apartment is above the lab, so I just came down.
Yeah, and
Andrew, that's because you earn a little side hustle doing experiments in other portions of the lab where they just test on you.
And
whatever it takes
at midnight,
to pay the bills.
I'm high as fuck. I'm at Denny's, the Denny's that's, you know what I mean, out off of Santa Fe.
Sure.
And I'm writing my poetry because that's when I do a lot of the writing of a lot of my short form is after midnight. And you put the bat light out. You says, "We got to get together." Did you see that? You actually said, "Have you fucking seen this?" With the cover of the
screenshot of the cover of the Vogue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I knew
followed by several shots of me burning it in a trash bin.
That's when I sidebar with Andrew. And I says, "We got to get there because the next is the house."
He will spiral. We can put this energy into a constructive effort in the lab before Adam.
Exactly.
We find him trying to buy a handgun. So
I appreciate you guys sort of talking me off the ledge like that, but I thought, let's get in the lab. Let's do a boy crazy. Let's talk about the hunkiest figure skaters of all time. Hunkiest male figure skaters.
We were going to guide us through a lot of this, but I picked three because I
picked three.
I
picked three. And in a rare, it's kind of rare that one of us emerges as like the preeminent authority on something. But I think right up top, Ben, and I do have to tip our cap, that Adam does know this world a bit better. Doesn't mean that we can't find the dark horse.
We can very well create blinders for me, though, because I know the world so intimately. I have my preferences. I know these people. I know their sort of personalities a little bit, and that can get in the way.
Adam, let me just ask, sequins or no sequins? What's your preference?
As many as you have. As many as you have. Are we showing the hunk? Or is the hunk hiding from me? No. Let's let the hunk shine.
I think part of why we came together as three of the most, we're not the only scholars we're the preeminent scholars. And part of the reason we came together is because we all know that we have strengths and weaknesses within this field. And Adam majored. That was where his emphasis, you wrote your dissertation on male figure skaters and the hunkitude of them.
Yeah. Well, then let's get into it. Adam, you wanna show us?
I'm going in ascending order. So this is my third pick, and I will reveal my first at the very end. So this is my third hunkiest pick, and I think you guys are going to be a little bit surprised because, I always like a strong hunk, a formidable hunk, a home invasion test.
Oh, it's classic. The ACH home invasion test is a standard testing method in measuring hunkiness.
Unless this guy's got a pair of figure skates right next to his bed that are pretty sharp, I don't think he's saving me from any home intruders. But there's a boy next door quality to this hunk that I just embrace, and that is Paul Wiley. Everyone, Paul Wiley,
U.S. figure skater Paul Wiley.
This is a U.S. guy.
This is an American.
Tell us about Paul Wiley.
Well, Paul Wiley won a silver medal in the 1992 Winter Olympics. No, Ben.
I was going to say this is like a 90s.
No, this is a blind spot for Ben. Ben has a rare condition wherein he thinks every single Olympics was Nagano. And
if Ben has an Olympics riff, it's Nagano. He likes the sound of it. He's having fun with the phonics.
I know we had Atlanta. I know because I know we bombed Atlanta.
No, we did not bomb Atlanta.
Yeah, that's not how that happened.
We didn't
that's
bomb
not what
Atlanta.
happened.
Well, tell that to Reddit. They say that
they made a movie about it.
Atlanta.
The AOC.
Yes, the AOC.
It's the AOC?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Is that what they're saying in this Reddit thread?
They're going by they now? Okay.
So Paul Wiley.
1992, Albertville, France. Ben.
Wow.
Paul Wiley skates to a silver medal. What I like about Paul Wiley is he's strong, he's confident, he's a fucking Olympic medalist, but he is the boy next door. I can imagine meeting Paul Wiley because he worked at the ice cream shop behind the register, and he just knew he could trust him. You're like, who's that cute guy behind the fucking register who always scoops my cones?
I could see that.
And it'd be Paul
I can
Wiley.
see where you're coming from. This is a good
and he
choice.
looks tall for a figure skater. Is he 5'8"?
Isn't that
guys? I want to tell you a cool fact about Paul Wiley. He graduated from Harvard with a degree in government, and then he decided, you know what? I'll try figure skating for a few years professionally before I go back to law school. And
you can major in something as broad as government. What?
Did you really?
Not part of
I riffed that he was 5'8", but it turns out Paul Wiley's 5'4".
Oh, he's a petite.
He's a short king.
Yeah.
He does in the pictures that producer Ron is showing us. In the second one, he does look like a mouse holding like a rapier sword is the vibe.
Yes, he does. I want to hold him. And I know that that's not a scale.
Exactly.
But I do want to hold him.
He's the figure skater you want to put in your pocket and take home to mom and dad for Thanksgiving dinner and say, this is Paul.
You know what Paul Wiley looks like?
I'd like you to meet U.S.
Wiley, and you produce a warm, sweaty Paul Wiley from your pocket and set him on the table.
Don't worry, I cut air holes into my pocket. He was fine.
Unfortunately, the air holes were on the inside, and so
Paul chewed through.
He goes, I didn't know what your preference were, so I brought a bottle of white and red. That's a Paul Wiley.
No, and a lot of people are saying
that's called pulling a Wiley. If you ever do that at a party and bring both wines.
And a lot of people are saying, "Where's Paul Wiley now?" Bad news. After that dinner, I fed him to my ball python in front of everybody at the dinner. So
He gets one male figure skater a week, and then he's full. He doesn't need to eat again. Okay, this is interesting, Adam. It's interesting.
When I see Paul Wiley, what I see, and I wanted to tell you guys that, is that I pop over to Nana's house to help her clean up the yard a little bit. It's already been done. She says Paul Wiley did it. I said, who's Paul Wiley? She says, he's a neighbor kid. And this is who I'm seeing. This is just a good kid. And I like this choice, Adam.
This is good. Yeah, I think this is a good
two songs
setting
Paul
the bar.
Wiley was known to skate to. Hero by Enrique Iglesias. Okay.
That's an obvious choice.
And Touch Me by The Doors. And those are the sort of dualities.
Come on now, touch me, babe.
So that's my first choice. Number 3,
Okay,
bang,
okay.
Paul
I love
Wiley.
it. A feeder
Nothing bad.
figure skater, good for juvenile snakes. Little enough for juvenile snakes. Andrew, would
Now,
you
don't
like
let Paul Wiley out in the yard. A hawk could pick him off.
Yeah.
Andrew, would you like to go first?
Oh, we're
for
doing
your first?
first round
Let's
across
go
the
round
board.
Robin, first
I
round.
win. My first one. I'm bringing a kind of a just a basic choice again. This is maybe resetting the palette. Brian Boitano.
I like
Brian
Guys,
Boitano.
I'm not disagreeing with you guys.
He had to be included last name alone. B-O-I, Boitano. I was like, this guy's tailor-made
He
for
also
boy
made
crazy.
it into
He's a
a
boy.
lot of pop culture minds with what would Brian Boitano do. You know, the South Park
Of course.
to mess with Brian Boitano. Tall, cuts a tall figure. I don't know how tall he is. Producer Ron, can we do a little research? Can you tell us whether or not he's 5'11"? This is a big figure skater.
So that's an inch taller than Ben.
Why are we doing that? I am 5'11". I am 5'11", is the same height as Ben, and Ben, some would say that Ben is tall for a figure skater. So a lot of women have told me that. A lot of women told me
Guys,
that.
what
Lots
you're
of them.
ignoring about Brian Boitano is that he is a gold medalist
Yes.
in the 1988 Olympics. That's why
At
he's
Nagano.
in the national. Now,
He
Ben,
took gold
again,
at Nagano.
100% not Nagano. Nagano was 10 years away. I don't even think they'd won it at this point. Nagano was hoping they'd get it, maybe.
I
Maybe
mean,
they
it's
were
cool
building
that
a
he won gold,
campaign.
but I'll be honest, when I'm looking at hunks on ice, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what medal they won.
Really?
Because
Really? I
I'm,
love that.
they're
Andrew.
winning medals of hunkiness with for me.
He
is-
doesn't get
is-
blinded by the accolades, and that's Andrew. He doesn't know much about much, but he doesn't. He doesn't.
Thank you.
But he doesn't.
Thank
he
you,
doesn't
Ben.
Let what he does know blind him. And
Well,
that's
listen,
Doesn't know much
I
about
also
much.
like that
Ron,
Boitano-
Producer Ron, I don't know if you can do a last minute sub in, but I found a steamer of Brian Boitano and I sent it to you. I don't know if you can.
I'll
Now,
spill
is
some
that a
time
good
while
thing?
producer Ron works on that.
okay. Tell me
Guys,
what you think.
What I like about Boitano here, besides his little Sergeant Pepper outfit, which is killer, is he has the look of like a very confident waiter at an Italian restaurant. And you're
He's
like,
got that
oh,
kind
who's
of
this guy?
conservative mullet thing where it's like, whoa, is that hair and back going to keep going? You'll never know.
You know what I'm
You'll
getting?
never know.
What I'm getting is I'm getting a guy walking around a Fogo de Chao about ready to slice me off.
with a sword. Yeah.
About to
Right.
slice me off a couple pieces of flank steak.
Because you've like held up the meat icon thing. You're supposed to just, flip it
Yeah.
on the table. Ben's waving it
I'm
around.
waving it around, and he comes over with this gorgeous red sash around his waist, like he's in Tombstone, like he's a cowboy in Tombstone. And I think it's. I agree. Oh,
Okay, look at this.
My
Oh.
God.
Look at this photo of Brian
Look at the
Boitano I found.
musculature of that man. And
He's
different.
got half and half tights on.
One leg blue, one leg
You didn't
black.
think that
That's
any
a
of these
cool
figure
look.
skaters were going to pass the home invasion test, Adam, but I present this.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
there's a
dude
bump in the
could've-
night. Who's coming downstairs?
Yeah.
This
The hit
guy.
test, the home invasion, the hit. And I also think this is a guy who could have played drums in Striper. Like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a guy,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? He could have been fucking twirling over Busch Light Stadium in a
Drums and
360 rotating drum rack during the drum solo. This is a guy.
Can I tell you
matters.
guys one of my favorite stories from touring, doing comedy on the road? I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska. They put me up at a pretty fancy hotel. I'm just excited to be there. I think I want a meal in my room, and then I'll go to the show. I pick up the menu. What is it? What's the name of the restaurant in this hotel? Boitano's.
I know. I stayed at that same hotel, and Boitano's was delicious.
And so I look it up. I say, well, that can't be a coincidence. It's no coincidence. He's pivoted. He's in the food world now, a bit of a food celebrity. And the burger I had, outstanding and pretty cheap.
I had a wonderful meal at Boitano's when I was doing Lincoln. Shout out. I believe that was Zubar, right?
It was Zubar.
Yes, shout out Zubar. Ooh, look at this other photo we've
Producer
got.
Ron found another steamer. Damn.
Yeah. And this is a guy.
That's a bad boy. This is a bad boy
I
shit
bet there's
here.
some NSFW leaked pics out there because this is a guy who loves to pose. So I'm gonna say great choice,
NSFW.
Andrew.
Strong choice.
It was a strong choice. I know it was an obvious one, but I also like it.
Sometimes you need one right down over the plate to establish the strike zone, you know?
Guys,
So,
he's a gold medalist.
That's my
and
first one.
I know you don't care about that, Andrew, but that matters. He's a gold fucking medalist, and there's a hunkiness to winning in figure skating. That's for sure.
Okay. Ben, your first
My
round
first
pick.
pick. I'm going way back.
Otherwise, they're just hockey players. Hockey players.
Way back. I'm going to the beginnings of this. I would like to say that my number 3 pick is quite possibly the father of modern figure skating and male figure skating, Jackson Haynes. Now let me show you Jackson Haynes. Now Jackson.
What's this guy, Santa? Is this the original Santa? What the fuck?
Now
Ben's
Jackson
pulled up some black and whites from Ellis Island, apparently. It was,
Producer Ron, can you zoom in a little bit and let's get a gander at this guy's Molly Ringwald up close. Let's see this guy's face.
Jackson Haynes. He looks
Now-
like two totally different people.
He
in
was-
he
these
looks like he
was
invented
there.
modern dance.
This was what
he
he
looks
was.
kind of
He
like
was-
Michael Fassbender in the second one,
Now,
but in the first
Jackson-
one he looks like Paul F. Tompkins. I don't know.
Now Jackson, look at his face up close. There's a Ben Roy quality to his face up close, and I think that's probably why I like him so much.
You've already corrupted the hunk science. You're not supposed to be looking for yourself.
Seriously, Hunk is not about navel gazing.
Wow.
I think this guy is one. He was bold. I mean, he was the first. What he used to do is bolt the skate directly to his boot. That was game changing because before they would strap to your shoes. He actually screwed them on for better control. And he was a male ballet dancer who took to putting it on ice and created the sit spin, which is still used to this day.
I
This
used
is a
it last
man-
night.
I'm gonna ask Adam. I'm gonna ask.
He almost made me spit my coffee.
Adam, I'm gonna ask the question everybody listening. For what, bud? What were you?
I took my family figure skating and showed them the move. What are you guys thinking?
I love the idea of the
Oh,
three
right.
other
Duh.
the
A
three
little
others
Sunday
in the
night
little
free
cayton-holland
skate.
family watching you just spin like an asshole.
This guy's not
I
a.
took
This guy
him to
is
the rink
not.
at night and I showed
not
him
a
the sit and
hunk.
spin.
Are you out of your fucking
he's got
mind?
great
This was a
old-fashioned
gorgeous
hair.
man. See, this
Got
is
a
the
great
problem that I
mustache.
have is that we're rating people's beauty from the time now, from what we know now. But
No,
from
he's a hunk
beauty
even by our
standards
standards. You
back
see
then,
this guy
is-
now. He's not bad looking.
He is lean.
He's not
That
bad looking.
was the haircut of the time. That was the haircut of the time. And this was the
Holy shit.
Well,
This guy
producer
seems
Ron
to just sort of
has
appropriate
found,
looks.
what are you
This
talking
is,
about?
producer Ron
this
has
is-
found a pick that's taking this in the other direction. He
For
looks
my
kind
next
of.
trick,
Look at those
I'll figure
gams.
skate like a Cossack. Watch me figure skate like a Cossack.
I love this outfit. I think that if Johnny Weir had seen this, he would have done this, but it had already been done.
Well,
And I think
maybe
that
this
this-
guy
look at the
walked so
legs.
Johnny Weir could run.
Look
you
at
don't
the
know.
legs
You don't know.
on this guy. for the time. And those were legs that were, they were fed by some sort of porridge and salted fish and maybe a side of beef. There's something, lots.
He looks like he's like grumpily going to work and he just happens to be in short shorts
Doesn't it
on
look
ice
like
skates.
he has a pint of beer on the top of his head balanced? I mean,
I thought it was like a cobra, like a taxidermied cobra or something.
Could be too. Also hot and cool. So that's
Can you zoom in, producer Ron? I want to know what the fuck is on the top of his head. Is it a feather?
Sure.
Ben, what I appreciate about your pick is it shows a respect for the history of the sport.
Thank you.
You're not just blinded by the shiniest, most current object in front of you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And also,
it's an
look at his
interesting
face.
pick.
Zoom in. That is a handsome face.
He's
And
not as handsome in the second picture. He just looks like a unhappy
Look
guy.
at that first photo and tell me that's not a handsome man
The
right
first
there.
photo, he's more handsome.
Yeah.
Second one, he looks like he's at his day job and it just happens to be figure skating and he's not happy about it.
Well, he probably, by this point, the time and era, he had scorching syphilis. And it was causing a lot of problems with his eyesight. So,
Well, he lived in a tenement with 19 other figure
fucks.
skaters.
Is that a crime? The guy fucks. Is that a crime?
Thank you. Not a crime.
Well,
Actually,
we've got our
not a
first round
crime.
picks. If you're listening to this on the free feed, that we're turning off the tap on that. You got to be on our Patreon to get the full episode, and
Whoopsie-doodle,
we're
pay your light bill.
Things
Pay your
are,
boy bill, and you can.
pay your boy bill if you want all the boys.
That's right. And that brings up a good point. On Patreon, we are selling Whoops-a-Doodle Pay Your Boy Bill mugs if you want them.
Whoops-a-doodle, pay your boy bill. It's a conversation starter at the office. Head on over to patreon.com/Grawlix Saves if you'd like to support us on there. And you get free bonus content like the rest of this insane episode.
Whoops-a-Doodle forgot to pay the boy bill. No wonder I can't get any boys out of this tap.
We will see you soon with another regular episode of Advice Fight.
Until then.
peace.
Until then.
Oh, I forgot.
Stay boy crazy.
Boy crazy.
Perfect.